I can't even touch this. It's so fragile, and look at them. I'm gonna just break this up.
200 years of tradition.
Look at this.
Hours of tedious work.
Look at that. Look at that. It's like, woof.
Renee isn't having any of that today. She wanted a faster path to a buttery pastry flake that still holds its shape and shatters like glass. Today, Renee's making
Radial Puff Pastry. Puff pastry is the big Dread Pirate Roberts of baking. The biggest problem? The time involved to fold the dough a million different ways. Those days are over. 15 minutes to put together and 1 time in the fridge, and it's ready to go. A special technique will give you the incredible layers we're all searching for, so you can make an unbelievable puff pastry dough from scratch that is so good, people will never know you cheated.
It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, and Renee's about to create a local legend.
First step. Okay, so I have some flour here. I'm using a food processor today, and we've got some butter here, and I've cut it into little cubes. Like this. It's ice cold. Everything you do today needs to be cold. Just keep it in the refrigerator until you're ready to start. And we're going to put this in the food processor. And we've got a little bit of salt here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate this amount of butter into the flour so that the flour and butter together work as a cohesive binder for the rest of what we're about to do. So we're going to mix this until it's well incorporated, and I will count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we want that to look like is that. So now I'm going to get some more butter, and I've got large chunks and half size. And the reason I'm doing these larger chunks is because we are not going to be folding this or using a big block of butter like laminated dough is usually made with. I'm trying to keep some of these chunks of butter large in the recipe so that that butter can pop. And so I want different sized pieces of butter remaining in the finished product. And I find that using larger chunks of butter instead of smaller chunks leaves that butter in the dough. And that is exactly why we've beat up that first bit of butter so that it has some dough to sit in. Okay. Now we're going to just mix this up a couple of pulses just to get this dispersed evenly. Okay, so that butter is all mixed in there, but not chopped up. Okay, so I have some water here, and we're going to put that in there. You don't want to overhydrate this. So we're starting low, and if we need more, we'll put it in after. And this is the part you don't want to overmix, and that looks lovely. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to flour our cutting board. And then we're going to take this out and try not to handle this much. All right, that looks beautiful. I'm going to flour my hands just a little bit. And then I'm going to turn this into a rectangle here. Okay, so now we're just going to make sure that our board has enough flour on it. And I'm going to flour my rolling pin. And the reason I flour the rolling pin is because I don't get as much flour in the dough as if I dropped the flour on top. So we're going to roll this out into a large rectangle. And if it starts to stick, just put a little more flour on the rolling pin. And you can tell when there's enough flour underneath, because when you push, when you roll, you can see the dough moving across the counter. And that's what you want to be able to see. If it's not moving or you're having to push really hard, then stop, lift it up. I'll show you. Stop, lift it up, and just put a little bit more flour underneath so that you keep that moving across. And that way you don't have to push down so hard and risk squishing those layers together. So I'm actually just lightly rolling this out. So this way I want this to be 12 or 13 inches wide. And then this way we're going to go for a little bit more. That's about 20 inches, and that's beautiful. That's going to give us some nice layers. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this and fold it in thirds, and I can feel that sticking a little bit there. So you just want to reach underneath. Okay, it's moving now. All right, so we're going to fold that in thirds. We're going to take our rolling pin and just gently adhere that together. We're going to start at this end, and we're going to roll it like a cinnamon roll. And what this is doing is creating layers as we go. Now, they're not necessarily going to be flat layers like a regular pastry. And instead of rising up like this, they're going to kind of explode inside, going like a poo, and it's going to go all of these different ways. And shockingly, you get a very good rise with this, and it is insanely flaky. And so this gives you the best of both worlds without having to work on this for an entire day or two. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this dough, and this feels lovely. It's got a little bit of wetness, not much, but it's sticking together, and it's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this out into a rectangle, just about like that. I am going to push those ends in. Make this as square as possible. So this is actually it. This is it. You get to wrap this up. We're going to put it in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to show you how to roll this out and shape it. But there are no more rolls. This took me probably 10 to 15 minutes to put together, including the gathering of the ingredients. And we're done. We're just going to put it in the refrigerator, and then we're going to make some yummies. I'll show you how to do that. I'll give you some ideas on what to do with it. Yay! This is so exciting. Okay. That is so fast.
After the break, she's going to show you what it looks like when you take it out of the oven. Hold on to something. You aren't going to believe this.
My grandmother used to love making turnovers. I remember going to her house and smelling that smell and thinking, oh my word, she's made turnovers. My favorite were raspberry, and I could not wait to sink my teeth into those warm, flaky deliciousness things. I'm wondering, what's your favorite flavor for a turnover or a pastry? And if you could let me know in the comments below, I love reading your comments. Okay, so here we have our dough. It's cold, it's not too hard, so you can leave this in for a day or two if you want to. If it's too hard when it comes out of the refrigerator, let it, I hate to use the word warm with pastry, but let it get a little bit warmer so that you don't have to bang on it to get it to spread out. You want it so I can press down on this and make a little indent. Pliable. You want this to be pliable. And this freezes incredibly well. So if you wanted to make this, you can either freeze it like this, or you can do this next part and you can freeze it in pieces. Either way, it comes right out of the refrigerator. This would take longer to thaw than the pieces, but it will last for quite a while in the freezer. And I'm going to make several different shapes today, just to show you what this can do. When you put these in the oven, I have a hot pan in here. The oven is at 400 degrees and I have a pan already heating up in there. When you put them in, this helps them pop. So yeah. And this cooks in between 17 and 24 minutes normally. Okay, so here is what I did with some of that dough. I've made several different kinds. I played with this. I put cinnamon and sugar on the top of this one to see what it would do. I curled this one around a tube, a metal tube. I twisted this one. I just had fun with it. I've got egg wash here. I've got regular sugar and cream mixed together here. And I just played with it. I've got a little Pop-Tart here. And the dough puffed so much that the crimping that I did with the fork completely disappeared. So it's got a very nice foof. So I'd just like to show you the inside of this. I don't know if you can see the layers here. There are so many layers in there at those layers. I can't even believe this dough. And you can see how the layers rise in there. They're just a little bit different than the straight up and down layers. Oh, look how tender that is. Oh, look. Oh, I have to pick that. Look at that. Look at that puffy, and it's gooey and yummy from the. So here's a cinnamon twist. I actually took this and from the leftover dough and rolled it up and did this one. So this is a double roll. Let's see how this one turned out. It still has, it still has layers. I just can't even believe it. This stuff is, it's like super, it's super dough. This is awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh. I would literally make a whole batch of these. They're unbelievable. This is great. I hope you make this, and I hope you let me know how it turns out, because this is almost indestructible. It's so easy. Thank you. I'm so happy.
Don't go too far. Renee's got another video right here on the back burner waiting just for you. Looking for the recipe card for this one? I've got you. Scan the QR code that's on the screen now, or click the link in the description below. Don't worry, I'll keep the kettle on for you.